What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you this week. Oh, yeah. No, that was a crazy event AEW pulled off. What was even crazier about it, AEW event Dynamite last. What's even crazier is what everybody's talking about, and that is the backstage footage of the Jack Perry and CM Punk fight. This is amazing. Right now, people are getting DMCA strikes against them for the audio that was recorded backstage, the audio of the crowd chanting CM Punk, another wrestler for another organization, the WWE. Oh, yeah, my buddy Macho Man right there. Yeah. Right? Wow. So let's just get into it. Pay-per-view was great. I don't know why they would actually have the Bucks do this. This made no sense to wait 1 year and use the video. And you then you go around acting like assholes, shutting it all down. What is the meaning of that? You seriously thought, okay, so now you have publicity. You got my attention. This is like the first time I've ever did an AEW podcast. But guess what? Here it is. So guess you made the list, Tony Khan. Oh yeah. So let's so we all know, you see that if you watch the video and you see it, I should have actually probably played the video, but I'm not gonna. You all seen it, right? Anyway, you all see the video. They're getting face to face, and all of a sudden there's some weird things happening, and CM Punk is attempting a chokehold. What I take from the video is Joe rushing in like Superman and breaking him up. He's like a big guy, right? Joe's small Joe. And then at the same time, he got these two little guys having beef. It's like little guys, come here. Okay, it's like separating two kids. I'm gonna take you and I'm going to put you in the corner. That was just funny to watch go down. But man, and then to go out after this and wrestle, that's hilarious. To me, this doesn't look good at all. This was just, it didn't need to be done. Your creative team should be overlooking things like this and saying, why do we really want to do that? Unless they're the broken heart person in a relationship. AEW is the broken-hearted person. They're still mad that CM Punk gets more publicity than them while injured. Literally. You can't even write this up. So you literally go for 1 year watching your ex sit there, get all this publicity while people are talking about you losing money in your company, not losing money, making money, putting on great pay-per-views, signing talent, retiring Sting, and then this. Why? Why? Who do we blame? Do we blame the Bucks? I mean, we know the Bucks are wild men. All right. So if it was their idea, I could definitely understand it. That's fine. And I'm not going to blame them. I mean, you showed us what we wanted to see. And now you got all the publicity to go with it. Yeah. Do we blame Tony Khan? Do we blame CM Punk? I mean, CM Punk had these problems already in the past. And I'm that type of person that speaks out. Whether I'm at work, whether I'm on this podcast, I always say my mind. Because look, if you don't say your mind, then you're not being real with somebody. And if you're not being real, then you're fake. So that's what CM Punk saw in Jack Perry. He thinks he's fake. He doesn't care about his character. He thinks his whole character and gimmicks are laughable, honestly. And I'm not saying I'm speaking for CM Punk, but that's what you see, like when you get into altercations like this, where you have a well-established wrestler getting into it. You hear stories about, how some wrestlers in the back area demanded presence, like Taker's been throwing around or something. You couldn't be just a little guy coming in there and you just owned it, right? I mean, nowadays that might be more accepted, but back in the day, early 90s Attitude Era, that was not that wasn't going to go down. So that being said, you can't really blame CM Punk. He just wanted to say, hey, he voiced his opinion, whether it was an asshole comment or not, and whether Jack Perry liked it or not, or Tony Khan liked it or not, that's on them. But you don't see anything else coming from this. This is old news, AEW. Like, why? Why would you do something like that? So I blame you, Tony Khan. Honestly, if that was my business, if that was my wrestling organization, and I said, "Oh, we're gonna show a video from a year ago," like what? Like, can we do something else? Goes back to what I said about being creative. It's like movies and shows nowadays. Hollywood, you hear thousands of people saying they have run out of ideas, and Hollywood still just keeps running out of ideas. They still remake things because they feel that these remakes that did so well back then could do even more money now. But the problem is they either get the cast wrong or the movie's a complete shit show. Okay. And you don't remake classics. All right. So, like the way they're doing Ghostbusters, when they did the girls, sorry, it was true. When they did the girls Ghostbusters, no one liked that film. And it wasn't that good of a film. It's just what happened. So they retried it and then they brought in the Afterlife, and that kind of really worked, right? And then now you have the new one that came out, and now you're just like, okay, that's Ghostbusters. That's the guys we loved. That's the guys we grew up and see, and to bring them on. So I just listened to a Talk is Jericho podcast about Ernie Hudson and that. So why I'm talking about this is that you sometimes when you take things from the past and you try them in the future, they can suck. And sometimes you can take some things from the past and apply them to the future and you can make it work. That is what happened in this case right here. The only problem is it doesn't work towards any of your stories. Why would you? That would be like you guys trying to bring up some stuff about Jade Cargill right now. Would you? Why would you? I mean, yeah, she left on good terms. Everybody's happy for her, but that would just be like that going on. And anybody else that leaves an organization, it's so it would be like your old job ragging on you. And it's like, why are you doing that? And using it as part of a story. To me, that doesn't speak creativity. That speaks crap. All right. You need to think about that. Think about your content. Think about where you're going with it. Everybody will get called out for that. But I mean, you're hurt, man. But you gotta be more creative. I wanted to just take a few moments, give some thoughts and ideas on this. And hey, I'm on CM Punk's side. I'm always been WWE for life. When I sit there, I hear these people talking about WCW, mostly Sega Genesis owners. I don't know why that was something. It was like the Nintendo people were the WWE, and then the Sega people were over here. Anyway, that's a podcast for another podcast. So, hope everybody has a great day. Thank you. I know this wasn't too crazy. So, hey, man, stay tuned. I got some stuff coming for you. And then my article on Dr. Roto, my betting article, will drop tomorrow. So stay tuned to that. And Tony Khan, if you need some creativity help, call Heat Override. I got your back. All right. I got you. Until then, remember to bring the pain. Oh, yeah. And may the creativity be with you. It's definitely not with Tony Khan and his people. Ouch.